regardless where you came from, be proud and just work hard. You don't have to don't feel different. You know, you always can bring to where you are suffering. We were running and they caught us. They're the Communist Party. They gave you food, but they're gonna actually take you to jail. Escaping out of Vietnam at that time basically is very expensive. Each person, I'm talking about like $4,000 or $5,000. This is like what many decades ago. Like I was 9 years old at that time. So. That you're gonna leave tonight, and then all I know is like we always have our backpack ready, you know, and then whatever they ask us, we're just gonna take off, and then forget about school, forget about everything else, you know, then you leave. They'll drop you off at the place outside from the city, like Long Tan is like closer to the water, and then they'll set out with the small boat and to meet with a big boat. So at this one, we were dumped in the jungle, and then meet with a big boat, but then somehow there was some kind of leakage. Then people start running, and the captain basically had to run as fast as he can because the captain's gonna be in the heaviest jail time if they caught him. So they kind of abandoned us. So we didn't know what to do. All I remember was from the small boat, I have to get back on the shore, and then you run. They don't let you wear shoes because shoes make a lot of noises. So I would just run. And then eventually we got into this jungle. We were in that jungle there for 1 week. My sister was so hungry. She was at that time, she's a teenager, she's eating a lot of food. And she couldn't have enough food, she could not walk. She would get up and then she would collapse. The whole day, I remember the 5-liter water container. Each one of us can only have like the cap, that's one cap full. The cap is very tiny. The cap, I would say, no bigger than your regular canola oil, you know, cap. And then all of a sudden, I had a paper, you know, call all of us for interview. We kind of had already forgotten about that. That is like, let's see, so 78, that's like more than like 13 years. When I first got to the United States, that's specifically Nebraska, this is back in 1991, 1992, right, 92. And my brother lived in Nebraska. I had imagined in my head, I thought the United States all about Los Angeles, Hollywood, you know, all that, right? I got to Nebraska, holy, there's nothing but just like field of corn, and then, oh my God, it's so different than what I had imagined in my head. Anyway, I saw my brother, and was so happy. It was very emotionally all because we were separated for over a decade, you know. Mm-hmm. He left when I was a little kid, and then I became an adult when we were reunited. Mm-hmm. So he had a huge house in Nebraska. He already had a family. So then I said, oh God, even though as much I hate it, I can't wait to get out of Vietnam. But then, like when I got to the US, it was weird feeling. I'm happy to see my brother, but then, like, I kind of miss Vietnam already, you know. But I know that this is my bigger goal. I need to accomplish here. That's what I've been wanting. So I didn't have any money. I lived with my brother's house. At my brother's house, my whole family, like all of us, he had a huge house. I lived in the basement. I know that I don't want to stay in Nebraska because I feel like Nebraska is not a good fit for me in a lot of ways. I don't have a connection yet, have not established connection yet, even though I've been there for less than 30 days. I will make a decision. I had some friend in Vietnam at that time who also had a family, like a brother who lives in San Jose, right? And then they asked me, what do I know in terms of like bookkeeping? I go, I know how to do that. I know how to do accounting, simple accounting, and I know how to run the spreadsheet Lotus, you know. So okay, there's a job here, but it requires relocation. The person that worked for the company, it was a modem company. She cannot move along with the company. For me, there's no type of anything. As long as there's a job, I would go. So I told my brother that I want to move to California, right? So he was really disappointed. At the same time, I think it's a really good move thinking back, because if I did not take that opportunity and I would stay back in Nebraska, and you know, it just things would be very different. My other two sisters heard that I'm leaving. They also want to come along too. Because really you cannot stay in one place. No one can have a big house to keep all of you, you know. Even though as friends, they can only keep you for 1 month. So I also know one of my family friends who lived in San Jose. And I told them, I go, you know what? I only need support for 1 month. I will move out of the house. I will find a job. I will do whatever it is. So then they know me from the family. They said, okay, will pick me up. So then I came. My brother got me a ticket. He gave me an airplane ticket, one way to fly from Omaha to Los Angeles at that time. My mom get all of her savings, gave each one of us $200. And I have to make it. So I came. I stay at that house of my family friend, and I connected with the person that looking for someone that wants to relocate as a accounting secretary to work for a modem company. And I was willing to. I went in and saw the boss. It was a small company, and they liked me. They gave me my name, Annie. So I got that job. And then 30 days, I looked for a place to move out. And I really cannot afford to decide to rent a place. I can't. So I had to work for 2.5 years. And then I started out community college. At the meantime, I would commute by bus. I remember looking up a yellow book, looking up anybody by the Vietnamese last name. And just cold call them, hey, I just came from Vietnam. I'm looking for a place to share, because that's cheaper that way. That's the only way I can afford it. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I don't have any credit to do anything like that, you know. So that's how I did, and I was able to get a hold of this family who also lived in an apartment. They rented an apartment, but they rented me the apartment for 2 rooms. They share a place like that for me. So I would remember paying $300 a month. Eventually, time for me to start college. It's called Orange Coast College, one of the best college in Orange Coast County. Okay, and I studied for 2 years there. I transferred to UC Santa Cruz. I studied very hard. I remember studying biology 100. I aced that class and I absolutely fell in love with that. I transferred to UC Santa Cruz with a major with cellular biology. And then I decided to go to pharmacy school. I got into I got to